In example 2, we just took an angle in decimal degrees and converted it into the degrees, minutes, seconds format. And now in example 3, we're going to take an angle in the degrees, minutes, seconds format and convert it over to decimal degrees. Okay, let's flip back to page 4 and look at the conversion rule. Okay, it is right here. I'll highlight that with a green arrow. It tells you how to convert from degrees, minutes, and seconds to the decimal degrees. You're going to use the formula below. So you're going to take the number of degrees and then you're going to add the number of minutes divided by 60, and then you're going to add the number of seconds divided by 3600. Okay, all it's doing here, it's using the fact that 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes and that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. And in putting these two together, we know that there's 3600 seconds in 1 degree. Okay, so basically, when you're looking at this formula, okay, when it's the angles given to you as degrees, minutes, and seconds, you already know the degree part. You already know the whole number of degrees, okay? And so then you take the minutes number, you know that there's 60 minutes in 1 degree. Remember, you're converting everything back to degrees. So since there are 60 minutes in 1 degree, you need to take the number of minutes and divide by 60, okay? And then finally, you're converting seconds back into degrees because we are turning this thing into a decimal degrees. Okay, we know that there are 3600 seconds in 1 degree, so that's why you're taking s, the number of seconds, and dividing by 3600. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and apply that formula here. So I'm going to go back to example 3 and write down this formula. Okay, so we know that if we are given something in degrees, minutes, and seconds, okay, to convert it back to decimal degrees, we're going to take, D is going to be the number of degrees. We're going to add to that the number of minutes divided by 60, and then we're going to add to that the number of seconds divided by 3600. Okay, so let's do this. When you read this, okay, 61 is your D value. That's the number of degrees. 42 is the number of minutes here. And then 21 is the number of seconds. Okay, so all we need to do is plug this into the formula. Okay, just in reading this before we actually calculate it, you should see or notice that there are it's going to be 61 point something, okay, because it begins with 61 degrees followed by the minutes and the seconds. Remember, the minutes and the seconds, that's the fractional part of another degree. Okay, so we're expecting the answer to look like 61 point something. Okay, all right, so we're going to have D plus, okay, m divided by 60, so that's going to be 42 divided by 60, okay, and then the S, which is 21, divided by 3600, okay, and then we're going to go to our calculator and we're going to get this decimal. Okay, so let's go do that. All right, so I am going to have 61 plus 42 divided by 60 plus, and I forgot the other piece, let me go get it. It is 21 divided by 3600. Okay, so there we go. Okay, and that is going to give us a decimal. Okay, and it's what we expected. It's 61 point something. Okay, so I'm going to write down this whole entire decimal. Okay, so let's see here. Let me go back to my page. All right, so I'm going to get 61.705, and I think it was like 83, and then the 3 kept repeating. So let's see here. Yes, that's what it looks like. Okay, 70583 repeating. Okay, I'm going to put the little bar over the 3 to indicate that it keeps repeating. Okay, so this is what popped out of the calculator. Okay, like I said, exactly what we expected. We expected it to be 61 point something because we knew from the degrees, minutes, seconds format that there were 61 whole degrees. The directions say to round your answer to 2 decimal places, so let's go ahead and round it accordingly. So when it says 2 decimal places, it's talking about after the decimal point. Okay, so we've got our 61 whole degrees, and then we've got the 2 places after are 70, so 70. We need to round using the number that comes after. So the number that comes after is a 5. Remember, if it's a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you're going to want to bump up. So this is going to round to 71. Okay, if the number that comes after is a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, you're going to stay the same. So it would have stayed at 70. Okay, you've got to put units on this. Okay, remember what we did. We converted from degrees, minutes, and seconds back into decimal degrees. So your answer needs to have a degree symbol on it. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, so we just took 61 degrees, 42 minutes, and 21 seconds and converted that into decimal degrees, and the answer is approximately 61.71 degrees.